Diana Ross had taken a shine to Cindy Birdsong, although they only worked together for 2 years. Their relationship continued after those 2 years. So she had always had deep affection for Cindy Birdsong. Now, Mary girl, I don't know what the hell you was doing wrong, girl, but she ain't like you. Bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's lookies are our holiday turbans in blue velvet. And our, what are these, Sarah shades? All turbans come with a free gift. All shades, excluding the punk funk shades, come with an eyeglass case. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Call Her Miss Ross, the unauthorized biography of Diana Ross by our dude, JRT. Pryor walked out, kissed Diana on the lips. Finally, with the stage full of performers, Mary Wilson, caught up in the emotion of it all, called out, "Barry, come on down." Why would she say that? You don't even like Barry the Gordy. You suing, ain't you suing him, bitch? Girl. Diana grabbed Mary's wrist and pulled the microphone from her lips. "It's been taken care of," she scolded Mary sharply. An audible gasp came up from the audience. Mary shot Diana a look of disbelief and then froze, stunned at this breach of professional etiquette. Backstage, Motown employees and friends waited for what was coming next. "Did you see it? Did you see it? I told y'all she'd do something like that." "No, you owe me $100, man." One of Berry Gordy's sons turned to friend and said, "Looks like we might get another hair-pulling fight, like the good old days, huh?" Rather than back off, Mary proceeded to sing even louder than before. "How long will it take for you to come down here, Black?" Diana shouted to Barry, using her nickname for him. One of y'all told me when I made the video, Diana Ross is not black. One of y'all told me that that's dumb because that was Berry Gordy's and Diana Ross's nickname for each other. They used to call each other Black. So why is she now all of a sudden not black? When you with Motown, you black. When you get over to RCA, now you know, just the Diana. Barry, in a rumpled brown satin tuxedo, came down the center aisle, closely followed by 3 bodyguards. "Didn't I tell you, niggas? Didn't I tell you?" I was like, what? He only walking from there to here. Why does he need bodyguards around him? Because he got the shenanigans. And he owe a whole bunch of people a whole lot of money. Okay? You know that ninja got some gambling issues, and that's all I got to say about that. "You finally learned how to sing, huh?" he whispered in Mary Wilson's ear when she greeted him. Through it all, Diana struggled to maintain control. "Stand back," she ordered. "Don't shove. Watch out. Move over." No one paid any attention to her. Finally, she retreated to a platform on the orchestra level above the group of joyous artists and swayed back and forth above them all. After the show, one of the producers asked that everyone remain on stage for a Life magazine photographer. Diana quickly scurried from her perch and worked her way front and center. After the photo session, as the cast filtered out the studio, Diana looked at her watch and discovered that it was past midnight. It was official. It's her birthday. She exclaimed, "Guess what, everybody? It's my birthday! My birthday!" But only a few people gathered around her to wish her well. Most of the other artists, musicians, writers, and producers just turned and walked away. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting my mother Diana like that. Y'all gonna stop doing that. Y'all gonna stop that shit. Diana Ross' point of view above the show was summed up in a media handout from RTC management. It was amazing. There were some people there I hadn't seen in 13 years. The relationships were all so good. My kids even asked something like, "Mommy, you know Uncle BB?" They call Berry Gordy Uncle BB. It's like a daddy to everybody that was there. And it's true. It was just real warm moments there. In defense of Diana, you know I'm always defending the bullshit, okay? But let me say this. She could have said, "You know what? Motown 25 was horrific for me. They treated me like shit while I was there. Everybody hated me and I could feel it. I was a mess and it reflected in how I appeared on stage," just to save face. But she didn't do that. It was just real warm moments there. Michael and Stevie that were all backstage with me, and seeing Billy D after I hadn't seen him for a long time. We had a wonderful chat, and even seeing Shelly Berger. Suzanne DePaz was crying backstage. It was just wonderful. I know that people in the audience saw a glorious special, but they really didn't see everything. For the next few months, the media concentrated on the altercation between Diana Ross and Mary Wilson during the Supremes reunion. Only Ross' prima donna petulance prevented the event from being truly supreme, wrote a reporter for Us magazine. The footage of the Supremes reunion was edited down to just a few minutes for broadcast on NBC on May 16, 1983. The unused tape was locked away, and only Berry Gordy and Suzanne DePaz have access to it. Motown 25 was the highest rated musical special in the history of television and won an Emmy as Outstanding Variety Program, proving that the public was dazzled by the warmth they saw among the artists and performances they watched. No one but insiders knew of all the angst surrounding Motown 25. Since Diana attended Motown 25, many Motown executives felt closer to her and wanted to be back in her life. And when Diana appeared at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas 3 weeks after the special, there was Berry Gordy sitting at his table, coming backstage, offering advice and criticism. She felt that somehow he was trying to control her again, and she didn't like it. Diana put an end to Berry's interference quickly by making it clear that he was welcome to come to her performances, but that he would have nothing to do with her life. Girl, I don't even think he gives a fuck about your life anymore, to be quite honest with you. During this engagement in Las Vegas, Diana was still ill with the stomach flu she had during the taping of Motown 25. Friends say she also seemed emotionally drained, perhaps from the anniversary experience. One night during her performance of Mirror Mirror, she threw the microphone to the stage floor. Turning her back to the audience, she buried her face in her hands and began to sob quietly. Ringsiders heard her mutter to herself, "I can't go on. I just can't." She seemed to be on the edge of a breakdown. So this must be the second time that she had a nervous breakdown, because one of y'all was like, she had 2 nervous breakdowns. I'm like, damn, 2? Come on, Diana. You know, she's human. Those are the things that remind me that she is human, y'all. How much do you think she can take? Goddamn, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Real talk. The people who have the hardest exterior are the softest on the inside. And we know them fire signs are doozies. You hear me? I mean, they are doozies. They will look at you in your face and, say all kinds of mean and vicious things. But trust me, they're saying it to you because you've hurt them. or they just drunk or, on drugs or something. I mean, Though Birdsong and Wyman weren't able to tell Diana they were coming, they decided to go anyway. The night before the show, Barry arranged it so that Cindy, her son David Hewlett, and Wyman could sit at the booth usually reserved by Caesar's Palace for him. They thought Diana's performance and their drinks would be complimentary. But since Diana was not aware of their presence in the audience, drinks and cover charges were not paid for in advance. Neither Birdsong nor Wyman had money on them at this time. Oh, no, they didn't have money on them at this time. They didn't have money. Oh, no, what are we going to do when the check comes? Cindy asked nervously. Leave it to me, John replied. There is a standing regulation at Caesar's Palace that whenever a star of Diana Ross's caliber is on stage, waiters and waitresses cannot serve food or drinks or collect money. As soon as she disappears for a costume change, the employees scatter all about the showroom doing their work as quickly as possible. Then when she walks out again, the help freezes in its tracks and waits. During one of these breaks, the bill was placed on Birdsong's table. As Diana performed, Wyman charmingly tried to convince the waiter that he and Birdsong were guests of Diana Ross and didn't have to pay for this show. A disagreement ensued with the Caesar's help. And then the showroom management. Diana watched the whole scene from the stage. The check remained unpaid when John Wyman and Cindy Birdsong went backstage. Looking radiant, Diana Ross came out of her dressing room before saying anything to anyone. She turned to Wyman. Where's the check? He handed it to her. Have this taken care of immediately, Diana snapped at the female secretary. And don't you ever embarrass me like this again. Don't you know who this is? This is Miss Cindy Birdsong, a guest of mine. Her check should never have been put on the table. Cindy and Diana then went into the dressing room to talk privately. Now remember this. I had said earlier that I don't know what it is about Mary and Diana, but Cindy Birdsong and Diana's relationship continued after the breakup of the Supremes, because remember when we spoke previously about when Diana was dating Bob Silverstein, okay? She would double date with Cindy and her white boyfriend, because Bob Silverstein was her first, out public white boyfriend, okay? So she felt awkward about dating this white man publicly. And because Cindy Birdsong was dating a white man publicly already, she chose Cindy to double date with. Diana Ross had taken a shine to Cindy Birdsong, although they only worked together for 2 years. Their relationship continued after those 2 years. So she had always had deep affection for Cindy Birdsong. Now, Mary girl, I don't know what the hell you was doing wrong, girl, but she ain't like you. Cindy Birdsong was the unpretentious, open-hearted woman Diana had selected to replace Florence Ballard in the Supremes. Diana and Cindy worked together for only 2.5 years, almost 2 decades ago. Nevertheless, Diana had always been generous to Cindy. When Birdsong needed her, she responded. After her career as a Supreme ended in the mid-70s, Cindy Birdsong experienced a difficult life that in some ways mirrored the existence of her predecessor, Florence Ballard. So let me ask you this right quick before we move forward. Do you feel that Diana Ross had a sense of guilt for pulling her from LaBelle? Maybe that might be it, that Diana Ross just felt a sense of guilt and she felt obligated to take care of Cindy Birdsong. Cindy's story is so typical of the downside of show business, where glamour and excitement are often just illusory and unfortunately sometimes very temporary. After I lost my apartment, the car, the furs, and all the stuff, my child and I went to live with my brother, who had a bachelor apartment. What is a bachelor apartment? A 1-bedroom or a studio? Y'all, tell me what a bachelor apartment is. I cut off contact with friends. I really felt that nobody cared about me anyway. I found that the friends I had made in show business were really fair weather. Old school, put your hands up! Let's go! already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, visit Up Top Beauty so that you can get one of these holiday turbans, blue velour, baby. I like this. And remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, y'all better have a good one. Peace.